Lindy, we saw Miles Wood out there. Is there any update on his progress?
Well, it was his first day back skating with us, so he's just making progress.
And when we didn't see Brendan Smith, is there anything?
I just missed the day, just personal reasons.
And when you look at the Minnesota team that's coming in here, really heavy and recently finding a lot of goals, what defensive structure can really be good from the Devils' speed and the focus you've had all season against that?
You know, I think just take the game plan we had against Tampa, try to duplicate it. I thought we played well in that game. We've got to be on our defensive game. And we know what they bring, and they've been on a roll, so we know we have to play well.
Is there any update on Lazar?
Lazar will miss some time. I don't have a timetable for you right now, but he will miss some time.
Is it an upper or a lower? Or?
It's a lower.
What did you like from Foot's game the other night and the entire line in general?
I like the fact that they were on the puck. They got it deep. They had good ozone time. They were in on a couple opportunities. Obviously, Foot scored the goal. I thought it was a great job by McLeod getting to the net. But they did everything right. They got back above the puck. They played well defensively. I thought it was a real good night for that line.
You also have a couple 30-goal scorers, young players at 30 goals. How have you balanced allowing them to showcase their offensive skills, but at the same time teach these guys defensive responsibility?
Well, it's a commitment that we all decided to make at the start of the year, that our play away from the puck had to get better, that the quality of chances we were giving up had to go way down, and everybody had to buy in, and that's been since day one. I know there's been games we've got off the tracks. It happens. I think you look at the Florida game. For one period there, we didn't play well away from the puck. But I thought, again, against Tampa, even though they got a couple goals on us, I thought the second and third period was some of our best hockey.
Was that one of Kevin Ball's better games Sunday?
I thought Kevin had a real strong game, yeah. All areas.
Talk about his progression a little bit, Lindy, what you've seen from him, because, you're giving him some time off. He plays games, he's able to watch, then he's able to play again. It seems like the process has been working really well with him.
Yeah, I think that you don't see any fatigue in his game. I think the time off in between gives him a chance to focus in on some of the details. I think the job that Ryan's been doing with him has really helped. And it's evident in his game. Moving the puck, some of his defensive structure has been really good. His penalty killing has been good. So just got to continue to grow.
Can you share anything about in between periods, what you said to the team?
Pardon?
Can you share anything about between the periods? You're down 1-0 and can you share anything with us?
Well, we talked about staying out of the penalty box. I would be one, because when you got guys in the box, your best players are sitting on the bench. And then we just continue to talk about our game. And our game is speed. Our game is, you have to get traffic. I thought our traffic in front of their goaltender allowed us to score, 2 or 3 of the goals. So we just talked the things that were going to help us try to get the puck in the back of the net.
Lindy, when you put Erik back with Jack, how does that free up a little bit things for Jack on that line?
They have a good connection. I think what happens too is have the puck a little bit more. Erik, face-off percentage is better. There's just a chemistry there those two guys kind of have, and with Merce, a guy that kind of hangs onto the puck and gets around the front of the net, I thought, finally scoring chances went way up for Jack. They were up for Haula. Merce was in on a couple great chances. So, I thought the balance in all those lines was good in the game.
Are you discovering through video that opposing teams more and more are looking to neutralize or negate cues? And has it come to a point where maybe he has to do more, or I'm not really sure what the...
I think every team's goal is to try to take somebody away, whether they deem that to be Nico, Brat, Jack. I think the strength of our team is if their best pair goes out against the Hughes line, then it frees up the Heischer line, or the odd time when we have Brad on a different line. So I think the reason we change our lines some nights in game is sometimes on the road is to get away from matchups, to get away from what other teams want. But if I'm the other team's coach, you've got to focus, and a lot of times it's on who's going the best for the other team.
Lindy, what did you see from Nolan Foote the other day? Obviously the goal, but away from the puck too. What did you just see from him?
I saw a solid game. I think the thing that was evident was his strength around the puck was better. I thought his skating was better, and that's the type of growth you hope for. I think the guys down in Utica have done a good job with him, and they have them in a good place right now.
When you look at Minnesota, they're a very heavy team, and recently they've been scoring a lot of goals. So as your scouting report, what does this defense need to do to really shut them down?
Kind of just be on top of our game and focused. I mean, obviously, like you said, they're hot coming into this game, and they're a dangerous team offensively. So limit the chances and stick to our game.
What are some of the little details that makes this D core so good?
Just staying connected out there. Supporting each other, helping each other out, little things on breakouts, staying close together. We know what we need to do, now we just have to execute.
Talk about the penalty kill a lot this season because it's been in the top 15 this whole time. What recently has really worked against Tampa, particularly where you all went 4 for 4?
Yeah, I think everyone was pretty committed to the details, whether it be blocking shots, sticking the lane. I mean, obviously that's a dangerous power play. There's so many things to look out for, and then obviously goaltending too is huge in that too. So he bailed us out a couple times, and we did a great job there as a unit.
And after a very busy weekend, a back-to-back, a tough game against Florida, then Tampa, how important was that day of rest yesterday to come into this game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you look at our schedule here the past month, it's been pretty crazy. So to get that day off here, and, we don't play again until Friday. So, we got all the rest we need in the next couple days. So, come up tonight flying.
It's great to see that the Devils have won so many comeback wins, but when we're looking at the lessons that need to be learned going into the playoffs, defending a lead, what else needs to happen for the Devils to even take that next jump with it?
Yeah, I think it's just, maintaining that lead comes with a lot of responsibility, right? You're taking less chances. I mean, you still want to play the same style, but, at the same time, you don't want to give up too much. It's different playing with a 1-goal lead, and that's something, we're going to, have to focus on here in the end of the stretch.
It's been a busy March, a lot of games. How critical was it for you all to get that true rest day coming in to start strong tonight?
Yeah, the schedule gets really condensed after the All-Star break. You're playing almost every other day with some back-to-backs in there, so you need to take advantage and really use those days at home where you don't have to practice enough to come in. Even though you get in late from travel, you need to take the next day and just try to recover and come back refreshed the next day with energy. But it's the same for every team. Every team's doing the same thing. The schedule is what it is. It's tough this time of year, and it's fun at the same time. You're in a rhythm. You're playing almost every other day, so you just kind of need to ride the wave of it and try to keep your energy where you can.
Minnesota recently has found a lot of offensive success. Past 2 weeks, like 3, 4, 5 goals a night. So I know that defensive structure has been a big thing with this Devils team this year. How can you use that, a lot of reps, to use that against a really high-powered team?
Yeah, they're a big, heavy team that it's really good down low. They cycle on you. They have a lot of net front presence. I'm sure they score a lot of their goals like that, just around the crease and within 5 feet of the net. So you need to be strong in battles around there, but just trying to have numbers around and not have breakdowns. They're a patient team, so we just need to realize we don't need to score all of our goals off the rush and just try to play a patient game and take advantage of our opportunities when they come.
We've talked about that penalty kill and how much pride you have with that part of your job. When you look at how successful it was against Tampa, what were some of the small things you all were doing well to be strong on that PK?
Every team brings a different challenge. Tampa's a really good power play. They've got Kucherov on that flank, that's one of the best, and then across the middle they've got Point and Stammer. So that's a really good power play, and it's a good test for us that you're going to play teams like that in playoffs that really thrive in their power play and can really turn a game like that. So we had a few breakdowns and they scored a few goals on it, but for the most part we held strong, and that needs to happen through this time of the year where special teams is so important and can really win and lose you games. How can this group stay a little bit more disciplined though? We're a fast, speedy group that tries to draw penalties that way, so I think a lot of it is just staying to that and I mean, watching our sticks and eye sticks, we kind of take penalties like that, it seems like. So a lot of it maybe just mental and just putting an emphasis on not really trying to give the other team momentum that way and just trying to move your feet and draw penalties that way.
And this is a team that hasn't been to the playoffs since 2018. You've been in situations where you had the extra bit after the regular season. So what lessons does this team still need to learn going into this final stretch of games?
I mean, we've had some games lately that are good build-ups for it. I mean, the Florida game and then playing Tampa 3 times in a week. They're a battle-tested team. They've won twice in the last 3 years. So that's a veteran group that knows how to win. So I mean, part of it's a learning curve, but at the same time, you just got to dive into it and try to play your best hockey. And playoffs are fun. Anything can happen. It doesn't matter if you're the top seed or you're an 8th seed coming in. It's when you get in that series, it's all how well you can play against their best players and making adjustments. And there's a game within the series that it's a lot of fun. And I mean, these guys, we've got a good young group that it's just a matter of time before they made the playoffs. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a good. It's going to be a fun group to be in the race with.
Perfect. Erik, we've talked throughout the season about the lessons this younger team is learning. As you look particularly at playing with defending a lead, what are the things that you've seen and maybe that you still want to see improvements on?
Yeah, it's a good question. Staying out of the penalty box is huge. We even gave Tampa a chance there. We were up by 2 goals, but 4 minutes left, giving them a chance. If they score, it's a 1-goal game with tons of time left. So those are things. Crucial penalties, crucial times are always something that could hurt you. And then overall, I liked our game in Tampa. I think we bounced back from that Florida situation. I think we learned a little bit again from something like that, which I think is always important. And we were kind of in a similar situation again, and handled it great.
Speaking of that penalty kill, really strong against Tampa in that game, 4-for-4. What are you seeing with that unit that has allowed you all to be in the top 10 the entire season?
Yeah, I feel like Gilly does a great job of preparing us first, and we're both buying in. We know it's a big part of us, and just especially teams in general at this time of the year is crucial. So we just put in the work, try to do the right things, and try to get better.
This time of the year, it's tiring. A lot of games in March for this team. How important was that rest day yesterday, and how can that maybe spark more energy at the start of the game tonight?
Yeah, it's insane to think that today's seventh game in 10 days. I don't think I've ever been a part of a stretch like that. So yesterday was great. Rest, be with family, whatever it was, and come in today and energized, be ready to win a hockey game, and then we get 2 days, so that'll be nice.
And how do you really make sure that you're starting those first periods really strong as a unit?
Yeah, just remember, we're playing against a good team who's been playing well as of late, and they're dangerous, they're heavy, so just starting the game back at home, be excited, just get it going right away and do the things that we do.